Hi Simmers! Today I thought I would start some kind of new series in which I will show you how to master interior and also home design in Sims Freeplay. So I'll just show you the first basic, which I think most people already do know, which is to combine the right colors, and I will show you some examples. For this room here, I decided to go with bluish greyish colors, so very cool shades. And of course, depending on which items, wallpapers and other stuff is available in the interior home store, the room or house you will create with those items will get a certain flair. For example, a lot of blue items in the Sims Freeplay are rather retro, so they make the whole thing seem rather retro, like 80s style. And that's that. So sometimes the color combining thing doesn't quite work out the way someone wants it to, because some items simply are not available. For example, for this funky retro theme, blue colors and combining blue and greyish colors in the Sims Freeplay works really well. But for example, if you wanna, create a luxurious spa with blue colors, then you may not want to rely on just the combining of similar colors. But it's like the thing I've noticed is most commonly used, and it works quite well. So if you know this basic, you're already on a very good way. However, as I already said, this is not always true, and sometimes it can give the houses a rather weird look. For example, I also noticed if I would decide, for example, to use only pink items, the whole thing would very quickly go into a very artificial style. And if I, for example, want to build a house that's more down to earth and where Sims actually can live in, like a house that's not just for fun, then this doesn't work very well. But, well, it's the most general tip, and I go by it most of the time. It's like my basic. And you do not always have to combine one color like I did here in the blue house. You can also combine two colors, for example. Red and black work really well, or white and black. So that's really your choice. But having a color palette always makes it a bit easier to choose items as well, because there are quite many in the Sims Freeplay. Another thing that I feel like works really well is combining earthy shades, like natural shades like brown and cream colors, wood, beige stuff, and also gold. So this is what I will show you in the next room, that in general those brown, natural, earthy colors work really well together, and also do not give the house a certain flair necessarily, because there's a lot of items which have those earthy shades, so you can really choose, do I want to have a modern house, do I want to have a rather down to earth house, do I want to build a wizard's cottage, for example. So the natural colors are always easier to work with because there's a lot more items, and generally I think people just prefer to live in an area that's seems like more natural, because all those popping colors, for example, like in the blue room I just built, can get annoying at times. So yes, so in doubt, if you don't know what you want to build, start out with some earthy shades and maybe add in some colorful details. That also works really, really well. also certain areas are easier to work with. Certain colors are easier to work with in certain areas. For example, for a living room, the natural shades are really good to work with because there's a lot of items in that color. But for example, in the living room, it wouldn't be. In the bathroom, it wouldn't be that easy because there are more bluish shades and it's more grey and white, like very clean colors. And I think for the beige toilet, I only remember the Japanese toilet, but I may be wrong. I think there's another one as well. Yeah, they added the wooden toilets in the spa update. But yes, so for certain rooms in the house, it's easier to go with a certain scheme, while it's a bit harder to go with a color scheme and others. Also, please let me know if you like this video idea, or if you think that I could maybe show you some more things when it comes to building houses and the interior and gardens as well, because then I will make another video, because I have quite a lot of tips and patterns that I follow when I build houses. And well, as I already said, the color scheme is a very, very important thing. There are also other tips that I follow quite frequently and most of the time that I also followed while I did this video, but I wouldn't have the time to explain them all in one video, so I thought to just make it one by one. So if you'd like to see more of it, please let me know. So here you can see the room, and here you can see how a wide variety of different colors from the same shade, in this case it's brown, can work really, really well together and also create a really cozy atmosphere. So yes, that's it already. If you liked it, please subscribe, and if you really, really liked it, I would be very glad if you could share the video. So yes, and you can also follow me on Instagram. I'm called simmingzombie. There I post lots of interior pictures of the houses. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.